Hello everyone, this is Erik with the Canines vs. Felines, bringing in one last video. If you haven't guessed, because we haven't made anything in so long, yes, all members of Canines vs. Felines have disbanded to pursue their own paths in life. Though, frankly, I think things might have been different if one thing had changed. If only I had chose something else, a path more eloquent, serene, peaceful even, I think things would have been a lot different. But I didn't. No, instead, I drove a wedge between two of my fellow crew members. Not even crew members, they were my best friends. And it has not been easy knowing that I did so wrong to two of my best friends, ever. I know it's silly to dwell on the past, dwell what once was. So I will only leave this here and hope that they will hear my last words. Now, before I get into the apologies and everything I want to say, let me start by saying the following. I want nothing but to be heard and understood. Nothing more, nothing less. After that, I expect nothing else. No forgiveness, no, hey, let's try and make this work again. Not even an acknowledgement. So with that, let's begin. First, to Jamie. Oh, where to begin? I get it. I really do. Despite you being a woman who can make up her own mind, you sided with Jodie because she's your sister. I get it. Then again, if I could be so heartless, so unbearable to her, who's to say I wouldn't do the same to you? So yeah, I understand it. I don't blame you either for it. I mean, brothers have a similar principle, but I don't think we go to such extremes as to not talk to somebody, especially if maybe we actually cared about them. But in your case, I get it. I really do. To you, I can only apologize for taking away the one thing that gave you such joy. That had to be a total slap in the face. I mean, coming down to you to do our work, to goof off, do all the things that we do whenever I came around, and just for it to be pulled away because that guy just had to be a complete and total arrogant prick. That's got to really sting. Like, that had to be the highlight of your day, if not your week. The way you just cherished the moments together, that smile. Oh, God. I still remember that. So wide, so bright. Always so optimistic, even in the worst of trouble there. I'm sorry I never gave us a chance. I was always so wrapped up in my own head, worried it would never work, dread if it ever went down like my previous relations, or God forbid, I broke your heart. I could not live with myself if I ever did that. No. I don't suppose it doesn't help that I used to think in those days that those words that you would always say, like how much you actually liked me, how much you adored me, that they were lies. Not just lies that you said, but things that Jodie told you to say to me, like it was a way for her to get me off her back and pawn me off on you. I know it sounds silly when I say it, but those were my actual thoughts back in those days. God, what an idiot I was. Maybe I was right, but more than likely, I was dead wrong. Completely wrong. It still does not mean that it was right, that I let my fear of the unknown guide that particular decision. It never was. Never was. Losing you was about as hard as losing anyone else I ever cared for in my life. It has not been easy. I only hope, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, I hope that you are doing well, that you are living out your dreams, and being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Oh, what am I saying? I'm pretty sure you are. That you're just out there being fine and dandy. There's no doubt about it in my mind. I also hope that you have not let this change yourself for the worse. That you have retained those qualities that make you who you have always been. Because there's no one else quite like you out there in the world. You're a very rare breed there, Jamie. There's not many of you left. Never, never let anyone dim your light. To Jodie, do I have the most to apologize to you for? I guess if I should apologize, I should start from the beginning. This is going to hurt a lot. I really let my feelings and my ego get in the way of everything. I really did. I know it's too late to admit that, let alone apologize for that. But it's better to do so now than to never at all. A great example of this. The time you were dating that guy from California. I mean, instead of letting you be happy, enjoy the moment, let you figure it out. No, I was too busy looking for any little mistake, any little thing that I could go, see, he's a dirtbag. It costed me you once. And you would think I would have learned a lesson by then. I mean, my ego was so big at the time that I thought, there I go thinking again, I thought I was the only perfect guy for you if only you would give me a chance. Oh, what a fool I was to think that. As time has gone by, you've really shown my ego wrong. And that is hard for me to admit. But it's true. You really did. Though, I am also sorry. I'm sorry that in your story, I became the villain. I truly did. What I thought was right in time, at that particular time, I always thought it was right, even when it was dead wrong. Most of all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry your struggles weigh you so heavily on you that you choose to hang on to hurt rather than heal yourself. I am hopeful, but I am not a fool. I don't feel the need to clear my name. I pray in time you will finally heal all wounds. Not just from the wounds I inflicted, but from everyone who has ever done you wrong in your past. I pray you may be able to stand tall once again and sing your song. I pray that you may finally let the hurt go, let the pain melt away, and fly on strong wings once again. I know I used to think you were terrible for not giving me a chance. It took me a long time, but I get it. I really do. It wasn't you. It was me. It was always me. Countless points in time where I made mistakes and I didn't admit it. But it always was me. Maybe come on a little too strong here, not open enough here or there. A romantic intent, but just did it at the wrong time. Or even just did it horrifically wrong. Or even eagerness to get what I thought I wanted for so long. It might have just been one thing. It might have been all that and a whole lot more. For all I know, it was a series of bad decisions on my part. Couple that on with impatience, it's no wonder things went wrong. Truth be told, I used to fantasize about all the possibilities, all the little what ifs. Even, what if I had gave up sooner? One thing I know about that, had I done so, none of this would have happened at all. But no, I was too stubborn. I was too stubborn to give up hope. Even when people told me, dude, you should. It'll save you some trouble. It'll save you some heartache. I probably should have listened to them. But I didn't. I just didn't. The last thing I have to say is that I forgive you. I forgive you, the person, not the actions. Not the actions you took that made more of a mess. Not the actions that gave me heartache, that left me thinking everything was hopeless, that all hope was gone, that nothing was worth pursuing anymore. And I hope you do the same for me. In closing, what's done is done. It can't be undone. You can't change the past. I know we probably both, all three of us, probably fantasize about doing so. But people come, people go, but the lessons always will remain. I'm sure one or even both of you think I'm saying this just because I want something. Let me assure you, I don't. Not from one, not from the other, not from the both of you. This may come as a shock, but I'm not. I really don't care if one or both of you that you aren't with me. I'm done. I'm done with the baggage. I'm done with keeping score. No time for drama. No space for regret. Only growth. To become the kind of person I choose to be. To live for the future, not for the ghosts of my past. Believe me, don't believe me, it's both of your choices. Each of you. A lot can happen in a decade. That's for sure. I would know. And I also know the one thing I can know for sure is I know both your names, but not your stories. Just as I could say the same about myself. I really wish you two the best, wherever you may be. And I only hope that your futures are bright and full of wonders. What you two do with this is totally up to you. And with that, this is the last of Canines versus Felines.